free airtime with One Africa TV. Share your comments on the channel. WhatsApp your feedback, name and town to 081 200 6659. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Mrs. Pinar. We have Pomwene with us today. Welcome. We need to sanitize. Remember, learners, we sanitize. We also need to keep our social distance, and please remember your masks. So, although schools are closed, please, it is important that you learn by watching these online videos. Also, you can read as well as doing some schoolwork from these booklets that we are presenting to you. Today's lesson is Mathematics, Grade 7, Lesson 4, the topic is Order of Operations. Let's continue by looking at page 13. Order of operations. What do we mean when we talk about order? It has to do with the fact that things are done in a certain way. For example, when you get up in the morning, there is a specific way you do things. You do not just put your clothes on first, then take a bath or a shower, or you don't put your socks over your shoes, or you don't do high school before primary school. So, like there is order in the way we do things in life, there is also order in the way we do calculations. Now, the order of calculations or the order of operations is called BODMAS. BODMAS is abbreviated for the following. The B in BODMAS is for brackets. The O is for order or of. Then D and M is for division and multiplication. We're working from left to right. Lastly, in the operation, we will do addition and subtraction, also working from left to right. So the order of operation is called BODMAS. So when do we use BODMAS? We can turn to page 14. So when a sum has two or more different operation signs, that is when we use BODMAS. Our first example there, 9 times 3 minus brackets 4 plus 8, closure brackets, divided by 2. So what is the first operation that we'll do? So according to BODMAS, we first find whether in the operation or in the sum there are brackets. So the first operation we will do will be the operation in brackets. What do we have in brackets? 4 plus 8. So 4 plus 8 equals 12. So the next step, we rewrite all the operations until we get to the brackets. So the next step will be 9 times 3 minus, and the answer to the operation brackets is 12 divided by 2. What will we do next? According to BODMAS, brackets of, there is no of in that operation. So we continue, and so it will be division or multiplication. We do it from left to right. The order stays from left to right. So in this sum, the first operation that we will find there is multiplication. So what is the answer to 9 times 3? 27. So we write down, we go to our next step. So 27 minus 12 divided by 2. We continue. Still according to BODMAS, so the next operation will then be division. So I rewrite everything that I have there. 27 minus, and the answer to 12 divided by 2 is 6. And my last step is when I finalize my equation or my operation. So 27 minus 6 is equal to 21. Remember, keep the order of the numbers in the equation the same. You don't change the number until you have done the equation. Number sentences are always calculated from left to right, just the same way that we read a book. On page 14, you will find a few examples. Now, I have written 2 of the examples I have written on the board. So we will go through these 2 examples. And you have to go with me. Try and get the answer before I write the answer. So you can find that as quick as possible. In my example, we have 240 plus 32 times 2. According to BODMAS, remember, B for brackets, O for of, D and M in order from left to right, division and multiplication, as well as addition and subtraction works from left to right. In this sum, I have addition and multiplication. So what will we do first? According to BODMAS, multiplication will be done first. You are correct. So let's bring down what we have there, plus I find the answer to my multiplication sum, and that is 64. Right, I only have one operation left, so I will do that operation. So 240 plus 64 will give me 304. I hope you found the answer before me. Thank you. All right, let's do our second example. Do you know what we are going to do first? Of course, brackets. In this sum, we have brackets, so we will do our brackets first. 117 plus 24 times 2 squared, né? 2 squared, which is order. So 117 plus 24 gives me 141 times 2 squared. Yes. So what will I do now? I will do my exponent or order next. So I have 141 times 2 squared. Yes, 4. So 141 times 4 gives me 564. We will go to the activities on page 15. I will do the first activity with you. See if you can follow and see if you can find the answer before the teacher does. In our sum, 35 minus 3 times 2 plus 8. Which operation do you think? Or not even think, know now. Which operation will we do first? According to BODMAS, again, brackets of or order or exponent, division, multiplication from left to right. This means the one that we find in the sum first. So if we first have division, we do that first. If we first have multiplication, we do that one first. The same goes for addition and subtraction. It does not matter which one you get first in the sum. They go hand in hand. They are friends. They go together. They work together. Whichever one we find first. So in this sum, according to BODMAS, our first operation will be multiplication. So, step by step, I rewrite everything. I find the answer of 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 8. I just continue. So, what do you think? Which of these operations will you do first? Subtraction or addition? Remember, addition and subtraction are friends. They go together, but we work from left to right, meaning the one that we find first in our sum. In this case, we have subtraction first. So 35 minus 6 is equal to 29 plus 8. So we do our addition. The only one that's left, 29 plus 8 is equal to 37. You have the answer? Right? So you will find, on page 15, you will find 5 more activities. Then there's also extension work. So if you really want to challenge yourself, do all those activities and do the extension work as well. I thank you. So, as we have come to the end of today's lesson, please keep in mind that we always have to sanitize, right? You sanitize, make sure that your hands are clean. Also, we have to remember to keep our social distance. We also need to remember to wear our masks. And although schools are closed, remember it is important that you keep watching your online videos. And also, you have to read and keep on doing your schoolwork. Bye. See you next time.
Hi everyone, I'm Josh and I'm back. Even though the schools are closed, I thought about we can still do online classes, learning and reading. You can also do your schoolwork. Till next time, bye!
Win free airtime with hashtag LearnOn1. Share your comments on the lessons. WhatsApp your feedback, name and town to 081 200 6659. Hashtag LearnOn1. Invite learning in.
Of southern Africa lies a vast and sparse land, where endless horizons, dramatic scenery, and untouched wilderness abound. (1,500 kilometers of harsh desert coastline, a mosaic of biodiversity, sub-Saharan savanna, acacia bushland, encased by 2 deserts. Home to wildlife and wilderness abundant, yet ever at risk. This is Namibia, home to some of the most noteworthy conservation success stories across the globe. Initiatives forged, manned, and driven by passionate individuals and groups.
People are busy there walking for more than 45 kilometers a day.
Special species and wild locations under constant threat from an increasingly destructive developing world.
One of the world's true survivors.
This is the story of the Namibian wilderness, the stories of the enigmatic wildlife and natural wonders of her realm.
They are not a threat to anyone, if you understand them.
This is the story of those determined to preserve it, and thereby themselves.
Don't think I want to tell my children one day that we had rhinos in Namibia. I want to show them live rhinos.
This is the story of the last defenders.
We have been tracked them for about 7 days, and on the 7th day, we come across the butchers, and there was a shooting. We are not armed. We having a camera and GPS. We are just hiding behind the bushes. If I don't protect this species, who's gonna do that? So it's that why I sacrificed my life to go on conserve the rhinos.
Armed out in the field with basically a notebook against poachers that are armed with highly dangerous weapons and more. How is this an equal fight?
I started right on the ground as a tracker, and I worked all the way up to be the CEO now, and I know how hard it is. It's commitment and dedication and the patience that you have for the animal. It's really hard. It's like you had something in your house that you are protecting for so long, and when you go away from home, somebody comes and kills you.
Namibia is known for its beautiful wide open landscapes. However, these deserted spaces also pose numerous educational challenges in our country's rural areas. Because of this, many learners are denied access to proper teaching and learning. At EduVision, we believe that education is the starting point to a journey of endless possibilities.
soon. We are going to see e-learning. Soon and very soon. We are going.
The plan for EduVision was to identify areas in Namibia that do not have the proper learning resources, a working school or an education center.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, we are going to see e-learning. No more Zion.
My name is Philip Smith. I'm the principal of Educate Academy in Otjiwarongo. The project EduVision, the e-learning program, started in 2017. With a project like this, obviously telecommunication, internet connection is a major thing that needs to be sorted out, a logistical challenge. And the fact that we chose Chunkwe Secondary School as the first school didn't make it easier for ourselves. It's very far from Otjiwarongo, it's far from Windhoek. So the internet connection was a big challenge first of all. So with the help of the telecommunications expert Paratus, they made this dream come true with internet connections via Windhoek, Otjiwarongo to Chunkwe and then back, the whole process. Like I said, it's interactive whiteboard, so the internet speed, capacity of the connectivity and so forth plays a major role. And so Paratus made this dream come true, and they were on board from the first moment. So we're grateful for Paratus.
Project offers teaching assistance of a high standard in science to rural secondary schools within the learner's own community by means of e-learning. This entails the following: live transmissions of lessons from an equipped teacher in a different location to the students in rural areas, students using their own cell phone, tablet or computer to recall each lesson, and interactive lessons as well as the use of a smartboard as a teaching aid.
So if you look ahead at the next 3 years, we get information from the Ministry of Education. The future is very bright. So I think there's a lot of schools who can benefit from this program. Like I mentioned before, finances obviously plays a major role in a project like this. So we're very thankful for all the sponsors that are on board and still on board after almost 3 years of the project. So as long as people from the private sector can get involved, I think we can reach many schools in Namibia, because this project made a good start now. We're already seeing some positive results, and we can just call on all the private sector corporate sponsors to come on board and join in this very, very positive project.
It is EduVision's goal to prepare and guide learners in order to make the modern world they are living in accessible to all.
My name is Magdalena Neoma. I'm 18 years old and I'm doing my first year at UNAM Command campus, and I completed my grade 12 at Chunkwe Senior Secondary School. I'm doing education, so I'm gonna teach at Chunkwe Secondary School, because there I really need to go there and motivate the learners. EduVision helped me a lot. It assisted us in teaching for mathematics, physical science, and biology. And it also, we get to exchange learning from other schools like Educate, whereby they teach us, and that's the most thing that we benefited from. Studying without Eduvision was so challenging. And when Eduvision was introduced at our school, things become more easier. The time where Eduvision was not introduced, we were so slow in learning. And when Eduvision introduced at our school, my learning speed increases. Things were kind of boring. And when Eduvision came, my mind changed the way I think. I'm really grateful for what Eduvision gave us. Our class of 2019 was the first group to make it, to perform very well at Sonko Senior Secondary School. So it should keep up the spirit. We need that. It should continue to support us.
Eduvision aspires to ensure that equal opportunity is offered to every learner in rural areas to tap into his or her own potential while working in an environment which views disadvantages not as obstacles but as unique attributes that can be regarded as powerful assets when given the proper opportunity. At Eduvision, we believe that dreams are the foundation of knowledge and hope always triumphs over experience.
No more problems. Everything is proper. Eduvision, baby.
Akili, 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 akili. Will you wash your hands with me? I want to wash my hands with you. Come on, I will show you what to do. Wash your hands in clean water. Wash your hands, wet them with the water. Wash your hands, now add some soap. Scrub your hands in the soap and water. Scrub above and below between the fingers too. Scrub under your nails and scrub-a-dub-a-doo. Rinse your hands in water. Rinse them clean, rinse away the soap. Dry your hands and go.
Akili, why do we wash our hands?
To wash away the germs.
Akili, what are germs?
They're like tiny little bugs on your hands and they can make you sick.
But I don't see any germs on my hand.
That's because they're so tiny that you can't even see them.
Oh wow! I want to wash the germs away. Will you wash your hands with me, Akili?
Of course! Wash your hands in clean water. Wash your hands, wet them with the water. Wash your hands, now add some soap. Scrub your hands in the soap and water. Scrub above and below between the fingers too. Scrub under your nails and scrub-a-dub-a-doo. Rinse your hands in water. Rinse them clean, rinse away the soap. Dry your hands and go. Great job, Huruma! Can you tell me the 4 things we did to wash our hands?
I can try.
1.
Wash our hands with water.
Uh-huh.